In this video, I will talk about ASCII. So what ASCII is it is just some some uh, alphanumeric characters. So we can get any values from ASCII, any character values, like can get the these character values. So the use of ASCII is to print some series like this one. Suppose you want to print this series, then it's better to use ASCII. So the first keyword in ASCII is the ASC keyword. So what ASC does is, we if we enter a character inside the parenthesis with a string, I mean double quotation, then we should get the ASCII value of this, which is capital A. So PINT. So we should get the ASCII value of A. So the ASCII value of A is 65. We see the decimal one, not the hexadecimal. The decimal is 65, so 65 should be printed in the screen. So 65 has been printed. So we know the ASCII value of A, capital A is 65. So what we can do, we can use the keyword chr dollar. So what chr dollar does is, suppose the ASCII value of 65 in decimal. So we write 65 over here, and if we print this, then it must print capital A has been printed. So what if we need to print the series like A, B, B, C, C, C. Let's do with capital C, D, 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 and E, 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 E. Confusing, but we can use the ASCII to print this. So let's capital the capital the ASCII value of capital A is 65. So let's say A equals to 65. And let's create five series of 5 lines. So let's create a for loop for I equals to 1 to 5. And um, we also need one value in this, and two values in this, three values in this, four values in this, and five values in this. So we can use on loop for j equals to 1 to 5 to 1 to I to 1 to I 1 to I 1 to I. We can say print uh A, and we can say with next j means ending the for j, ending of the for j. We can do a equals to a plus 1, and we can do next I. So it should print out the series. So let's check it out. Oh, wait a minute. We use the semicolon to print it in a same tabular form. So what I mean is we can print it uh, we can print it so what I mean is we can print line in one line, not in many lines. So you can see A has been printed for once, BB has been printed twice, printed, and DDD and EEE. So yeah, it's so how does this work is the value of A, the ASCII value of A is 65. So there were 5 A, B, C, D, and E. So we use for I equals to 1 to 5. Now for means 1 to I means for the first time the value of I will be 1. So j equals to 1 to 1. So A will be printed for once. The second time the value of j will change to 2. So j equals to I to 1. I mean 1 to I. So 1 to 2 means 2 loops. So B double B will be printed. And the third time it will be 3. So it will be 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and triple C will be printed. So the series goes on like this, and it's pretty simple. Or we can even use the there is another keyword called string. There is a easier process to this program, so let's do that. Let's delete this. For I equals to 1 to 5. Let's say uh, loops equals to 1. Then we can print. Okay, first let's learn about the string function, string keyword, string, string dollar. So the ASCII value of capital A is 65. So uh, let's print 65. Let's print A for 5 times. This means that we are printing. Wait, we need to print it. This means that we are printing 65, which is 65 in ASCII for 5 times. So let's run the program. There should be 5 A. So 5 capital A has been printed. So this is how it works. The number of times we need 65. The ASCII value of 65 is a, so we need a for 5 times, so we print a for 5 times. So we can use this to print the program. So for I equals to 1 to 5, next, when there is just one loop, it is not compulsory to write next I. It is not compulsory to write this value over here, but anyway, I write it. So print string string dot a no loops a. So let's say loops. Let's not use loops. We can use the value of so what I was gonna do is I was gonna write loops equals to loops plus 1, but I realized that we can use the value of I because I changes every loop, so we can just say we can just use I instead of loop I. So what it means is now uh, a equals to a. So what it means is print a, which is 65. 65 means capital A for one time. So the value of I will change on the second loop. It will be 2. So and A also will be plus. So 66, which is the value of ASCII value of B. So print B for 2 times. So 2 times B will be printed. So it works in that order. It's a bit confusing at first, but as we learn more programming, it will be really simple. So as you can see, it is the order which I showed you before. However, I recommend you to do the previous one. Previous one requires a bit of logic, and it will also help you in your practice. So it will help you make bigger programs in the future. Okay, this one is the concept of this one is very important. This concept is more important than the string concept because it requires more logic. It helps you to build better and bigger program in the future. So yeah, this is how ASCII works. It is just an alphanumeric value which we can use to take advantage like this.